The eye is the jewel in the body. Yes, as quoted by Henry David, vision is a priceless gift from God, a blessing to enjoy the beauty of the world. World Sight Day is an annual day of awareness held on the second Thursday of October to focus global attention on vision impairment, including blindness. Today's lifestyle and work atmosphere, along with the use of various devices and gadgets like televisions, mobile phones, and computers for work and entertainment, are taking a heavy toll on your general health and well being on your eyes. People tend to forget that eyes also need exercise as well as rest for their proper functioning. Today, a large section of young children like us are myopic. The major culprit for this is continuously using these devices for long hours. This prolonged usage, and that too without enough blinking, is very dangerous to the eyes. It makes the eyes dry and scratchy. What are the do's and don'ts we need to know to safeguard this asset? Today, we are here to clarify all such concerns with our guest, Dr. Kalpana Narendran from the Aravind Eye Hospital. Dr. Kalpana Narendran is an expert in adult cataract surgery, pediatric ophthalmology, and strabismology with more than 2 decades of experience. She heads the Department of Cataract, Pediatric Ophthalmology, and Strabismus in Aravind Eye Hospital, Coimbatore, since 1997. Madam graduated from Madurai Medical College in 1989 and did her DO from Aravind Eye Hospital, Madurai, and completed her DNB Ophthalmology in 1993. She has done fellowship at Johns Hopkins, the Wilmer Eye Institute, Baltimore, Wills Eye Hospital, Philadelphia, and Julie Stein Eye Institute, Los Angeles. She has presented in national and international conferences and has enormous publications to her credit. Ma'am has also received various awards. Sake of Honor from Rotary Club of Ulumalpet, Potrapadam Hengal Award by the Lions Club International Coimbatore in 2013, received Vocational Excellence Award from Rotary International Coimbatore, and Best Doctor Award from MGI University, Tamil Nadu in 2014. She has been bestowed with Honorary Doctorate degree by Vignan University, Andhra Pradesh in the year 2017, received gold medal at the annual conference of intraocular implant and refractive society of India 2019 for her outstanding achievements and selfless dedication towards advancement in the field of ophthalmology. She is recently bestowed with Dr. Pinaki Ranjan Roy Memorial Award 2019 for her commendable role in community eye health work in Tamil Nadu in August 2021. She is the past president of Coimbatore Society of Ophthalmic Surgeons. She has been designated as the co-convener for the Health and Wellbeing Task Force for CII, Indian Women Network, Tamil Nadu, since April 2017. To such an eminent person, I extend my warm welcome. May I proceed with the questions now?
Sure.
For all of us, health and well-being generally means the health of the body, but most of us are not aware of the health of the eye. Somehow, the eye is an organ that's just taken for granted. What's your opinion on this, ma'am? And how do we become more conscious about our eye's health?
It's really true what you're saying that, in our day-to-day routine work, we normally do not pay much attention to our eyes. But if you see really, one of the most important sense among the 6 senses is the vision. So seeing is very important, and I always claim that, becoming blind is almost next to death. So, we should keep in mind that, eyesight is very important, and eye health is, one of the major things we should, practice in our day-to-day life. But we need to bring that culture into somebody. So we need to create awareness in the community, talking the importance about eye health and how important is vision in someone's life. So that is what we need to do now, and probably, with the end of this interview, people will realize how important it is.
That's for sure. These days, most of us in our teens complain about headaches quite often, and very often I see them ending up wearing glasses. Is that a myth, ma'am, or is the eye the real reason behind these headaches?
Headaches, wearing glasses or refractive errors is not only the major cause for headache. Headaches can be due to different reasons. Headache can be because of sinusitis. That might be, your sinuses can get infected or inflamed, or it could be something in your brain. Even, like I've seen school children, they normally say when they come back from school, they come with a headache. That's just because of hypoglycemia. Hypoglycemia is low blood sugar levels. So if you don't have a good proper meal during lunchtime, and evening when you come back from school, you come back with a headache. So headaches can be of different reasons. So, and again, the use of gadgets, and then not sleeping properly at night for enough hours, and playing in the hot sun, sometimes the dehydration can cause headache. So one thing is the refractive error. If you have an underlying problem in your eyes, then it can present as headache, and by wearing glasses you can treat it. But not all headaches needs glasses.
Yes, that's for sure. This pandemic has taken a huge toll on our eyes. But not that we like being glued to the monitors, but we didn't have a choice. What is your general advice during these occasions, ma'am?
Yes, glued to the monitors, you can't help it. Like you said, then there is a rule. They say the 20-20-20 rule. So what you do is, when you are glued to the monitor, every 20 minutes, for 20 seconds, take a break and look at something which is 20 feet away. So that, they say, it helps. So what exactly happens when you're glued to the monitor or you're looking at the gadgets all the time, your blink rate goes down. For the eye to function well, it has to blink, say, around maybe 12 to 15 times per minute. So when you're looking at something, especially when you go for movies, when you come back, you always have an eye strain. That's because when you're, into something involved, your blink rate goes down. So what happens when the blink rate goes down, the eyes become dry. So that can cause irritation, and we call it the digital eye strain. The other one we say is the computer vision syndrome, which has become very popular now, especially after this IT field booming up. So this is a major problem. So even there are, in the hospitals we have dry eye labs and lot of equipments and devices only to treat these dry eyes. So this dry eye is mainly because of the infrequent blinking. So we should always encourage, when you look at the monitors, take this 20-20-20 rule. So every 20 minutes, take a 20-second break and look at an object which is 20 feet away. That will help you a little bit. But the other thing I would suggest, or I would recommend for the kids is, it's okay if you're in an online class, in the evening after your class, don't again go back to your monitors and sit with your iPads or your television. Try to do some outdoor activity, which will, give some kind of soothing effect to your eyes.
Yes, ma'am. It's vital to get regular eye tests so that issues can be detected early. Is this statement true, doctor? And if so, from which age should one go for eye tests, and how frequently should one go?
Good question. Because as a pediatric ophthalmologist, I always recommend, screening of the eyes in children is very important, especially the preschool. All the kids who are born are screened during birth. But then after that, it normally, there is no preschool eye screening. Whereas if you look at the Western countries, it's mandatory. You have to have the preschool evaluation to admit your child in the school. So it is not, in our country, it is still not very popular. So one thing is, it's very important to have a preschool eye evaluation where you can pick up a lot of problems. The other important time when they should get their eyes checked is when they are 40 years old. So normally at the age of 40, it is always important to go and get like they say, a master health checkup for your body. Similarly, it is very important to get your eyes checked at least at the age of 40. It is not the same for everybody. Suppose your parents have eye problems, or if there's any family problem related to eye, then it's very important to get your eyes screened. So the age group, preschool, is one time they definitely have to have a checkup, and then based on the doctor's recommendation, how often you will have to get checked. The other thing would be at the age of 40. That's mainly to screen for other eye diseases. So those are the 2 ages I would recommend.
Thank you, ma'am. Love Your Eyes is the theme for this year's World Sight Day. Can you please tell us a little more about this theme and why this theme was chosen?
This year, the World Sight Day is normally, it is by the International Association of Prevention of Blindness, the IAPB. So they coined this, Love Your Eyes as a theme for the 2021. It's mainly because, eye health is for everybody. So if you really see that, at least at one point, every one of us in this world are going to have some kind of eye health issue. And if you see, there is not everybody who have access to eye care. So there's a lot of disparity. In all the developed worlds, you have a developed world, you have a lot of eye care, specialists. Whereas in the underdeveloped countries, if you see like a lot of African countries, there is not much of eye care facility. So the idea of keeping love your eyes is for one to realize, like every individual has to realize, that his eyes are important. And by bringing out this Love Your Eyes theme, they say that at least individually, everyone, like nobody cares for yourself than anybody else. Like, you're the better person to care for yourself. So that's why they said that, at least every one of us should have one eye test done. Because by doing a screening eye test, you can find out if there's an underlying problem. So that's why they brought out this theme, Love Your Eyes.
That's really interesting, ma'am. Our eyesight is one of the most valuable assets. I've studied that there are a lot of common issues that threaten our eyes, like cataract, refractive errors, glaucoma, etc. But how do we realize that an issue is serious, and how do we know it's time to consult an ophthalmologist before the condition threatens our life?
Like, refractive errors, like because you are a kid, I'm telling you, refractive error is the most common eye problem in children, school-going children. So when a child has a refractive error is, you call it, locally we say long sight and short sight.
Yes.
That you're not able to see for distance or you're not able to see for near. So when you have a complaint that you're not able to see the blackboard well, or you have difficulty in reading, then that is the time you will have to consult a doctor. So that could be a refractive error underlying. Coming to the other age-related problems like cataracts and glaucoma, but these cataracts and glaucoma also can present or manifest in children, but there will be other symptoms like watering, blurring of vision. Usually these eye problems are picked up by parents and very commonly by teachers, because children spend a lot of time in school, almost 6-7 hours. So that's when, the teachers also will have to be, kind of smart to pick up these problems when children have difficulties facing the board, or they have constant watering or squeezing of eyes. Some children have this habit of squeezing eyes to look better for distance. So all these, presentations or signs indicate that there might be an underlying eye problem. And the old age problems like cataract and glaucoma. Cataract is like, blurring of vision. That is like graying of hair. So at some point, every one of us will develop a cataract in old age. But the age, it again differs. Some people present at 50, some people present at 40, some people present even at 80 or 90. And the cataract can be of varied reasons. It can be because of an injury, it can be because of some drug intake. So it could be varied reasons, but mostly it's senile or age related. And cataract is a very simple condition which can be treated with a small surgery. So now we have the intraocular lens, we put it inside, and the patient can see very well after a half an hour surgery. And it's a daycare procedure, very simple. And glaucoma is a little bit more vision threatening, because glaucoma is a condition where the eye pressure is more. So like we have a body pressure, like we have a blood pressure, we have a systole and diastole. We normally say 120/80. Like that, there is an eye pressure. Like it's normally 18 to 20. So if the eye pressure goes up, then that is a condition which is coined as glaucoma. The glaucoma, the problem is in cataract, patient can complain of defective vision. Whereas in glaucoma, the field of vision gets constricted. So, your field, like when I sit here, I can see here, I can see, even if I don't turn my head, I can see you well. So that's the field of vision. In glaucoma, your field of vision gets constricted. So until it comes to the last stage, people don't notice it. That is why we recommend after 40, have an eye screening done where the ophthalmologist will check your eye pressure and also your eye nerves. So even if there is a slightest doubt that there is a problem, then we will recommend you, based on the problem, how often you will have to get your eyes screened. The other age-related problem, which you did not mention, but I thought it will be important, is diabetes. Like, diabetes, we know that a lot of people now, youngsters, I think our sedentary lifestyle, our food habits, we have a lot of diabetes and obesity in the community. So diabetes is another problem where screening is very important. So those are the conditions, which would recommend or which would need a eye checkup every year. And based on the condition and the doctor's recommendation, you can decide how often you have to get it checked.
Sure. For school students, what would your general tips on eye care be?
For children, eye care, I think it will start with the nutrition. So one should have a proper diet, a good diet with enough vitamins. Like for the eye, can you tell me which is the important vitamin for the eye? A, vitamin A and vitamin B. So you have to have a good nutritious diet and try to avoid all the junk food. It's okay once in a while, you have to enjoy, but then it should not be a habit of eating junk food all the time. Proper sleep, because I see kids now going to bed at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. So you need at least 8 hours of sleep. So focus on that. Drink plenty of water and good reading habits. Like you should have a proper positioning when you read, not lying down and not in a improper lighting. So all that is very important. So, and then if at all you have any eye problems, always get your eyes checked. So that will be my recommendation for school kids.
We'll make sure to follow it. Thank you. Many optical shops have opticians these days. People get their eyes checked and put on the glasses that are recommended by them. Is this the right practice, ma'am? Or are there any adverse consequences with this practice?
There is no adverse consequences because see, we have a big population. So not everybody can get access to an eye hospital. So nothing wrong in getting checked with an optician. But only thing is, in the optician's house, not everybody houses an ophthalmologist. They have an optometrist, but the thing is you need to do a complete checkup. Sometimes, if you don't have any other problem, just a refractive error, so glasses will be fine. But if there is an underlying problem, so we were talking about this, at 40 years, screening of the eye pressure, looking at the nerves of the eye, this can be missed sometimes. So at least after 40, have your eyes checked once with the ophthalmologist. There's no other problem, then there's nothing wrong in getting an optician, checking your eyes and giving you glasses. So that is the difference by seeing an ophthalmologist and seeing an optician. But there are some good opticians who have an ophthalmologist and they do all these screening tests as well. So again, it depends.
Yes, that's important. Most of us experience eye irritation in the midst of some serious work. Sometimes we tend to rub our eyes and it becomes hard. Are there any advices or suggestions for this one?
Yeah, you have to be very important because we do not know what kind of work you're doing. So there might be a foreign body which is falling into your eyes. And then you might be handling something, in your hands. So it might be dirty, or you might be like, especially in kids in the lab, yes, you might be dealing with chemicals. So when you have an eye irritation, you can't take your, hand which is, infected or a polluted hand and rub your eyes. So it's very important to, be careful to wash your hands before you rub your eyes. And then even aggressive rubbing is not good. So we've again seen now certain conditions because of this aggressive rubbing. Again, gadget usage, and then this irritation, and then kids rub a lot. That itself induces refractive error. So you have to be careful. You don't unnecessarily rub your hands very violently. Make sure your hands are clean and be very gentle. So that's very important.
Yes, thank you, ma'am, for your time and patiently answering the questions. This session will definitely be an eye-opener for all of us. Thank you all for watching the show. This is Shravya from Grade 11 signing off.